Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
You are Pareekshit
Yes, sir.
from Hanumangarh, Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Pareekshit. I belong to Hanumangarh district of Rajasthan. And sir, I've done my graduation in Electronics and Communication Engineering. And sir, I've been preparing for civil services since my graduation. And currently I'm undergoing training as a Rajasthan Police Service Officer in Jaipur.
State Police Service.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what reforms, suppose you are made the Home Secretary or the DG Police, what reforms you would like to bring in police service?
So right from the recruitment stage, we need to improve our recruitment, especially in the lower rungs of police service. There are allegations of corruption which vitiate the atmosphere. So second is the training. Our training right now is very theoretical and it is not citizen-centric, it is law and order-centric compared to say US police manuals. They are more citizen-centric. And so third is the Prakash Singh judgment given by the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court. Those directions need to be implemented in a better manner to ensure that the police establishment is not under any political influences. All these measures and further sir, technology, use of technology in our investigation methods, that is very important because without it, the charge sheets are not proper and the cases get delayed.
When an FIR is given,
Yes, sir.
a copy should be given to the person concerned. That is instruction.
Yes, sir.
But in most of the police stations, when you give away these things, they keep it and they become very happy that one FIR has come. Why?
So I can understand it.
Police should be, when somebody goes to complain, FIR should be registered
Yes,
and copy should be given to the person. This is mandatory.
yes, sir.
Now what is happening is, why a reform is required? When you give a FIR in the police station, they don't register it. They keep it like that. Call the other persons. Make it these things. And this is happening. I have also seen in Delhi areas also. How? What best? What actions should be taken?
Sir.
And what will be the role of the DG or SP in this regard?
So police does not file an FIR in few cases they do not file it. So first of all, if it is a non-cognizable offence.
No, I know that. I am not asking that. Even it's a cognizable offence.
Sir.
Though immediately they don't record it, they don't give copy. They call the other party,
Yes, sir.
make a mincemeat of it. Now, what should be the role of SP
Yes, sir.
and the DG in this regard? Because this thing is really giving a very bad image of the police
Sir.
and encouraging corruption. Tell me.
So there can be two solutions to this. First is under section 155 of the CRPC, the complainant, if his complaint is not registered, then he or she can approach the SP who can then initiate action against the erring police officer. And the second thing is, which is a long-term reform, is that right now our standards of measuring the effectiveness of police are the number of cases filed. If the number of cases filed are lower, we consider that law and order is very good. We need to change this perspective. Even NCRB says that there is no correlation between number of cases filed and law and order situation in a state. This mindset has to change. Only then will policemen will be more forthcoming in filing.
It's not only the mindset, it is the action.
Sir.
The frequency of visit of the SP and DG to the police station with notice, without notice should be there.
Yes,
It
sir.
has come a little way in administration.
Sir.
Collectors are doing it. But this should also be in the police thing.
Sir.
To surprise checkups. That will instill a fear among them for
Sir.
reform. Please.
Okay, Pareekshit. In this you are telling that under one section 155 you can approach SP.
Yes, sir.
Approaching police station itself is difficult for a layman. How will go and approach SP, waste time? He is already under tension. Something wrong has happened with him.
Sir.
It's very difficult.
Sir.
There is any other way?
Sir, apart from this, a zero FIR can be filed in any police station.
See, filing and all is a big headache. Everybody is scared of going to police station.
Sir.
Can there be a solution that if I am sending a FIR through email,
Sir.
it is registered and I am given FIR number?
Sir, EFIR is not being filed for all the cases. For example, in Rajasthan, EFIR is only allowed.
Can it be done?
Yes, sir, it
It
can
should be done.
It can be done, sir.
Huh?
It can be done.
So there is no.
You are not getting what he is asking.
Sorry, sir.
If it is not done, what course of action is open?
If the FIR is not
Huh.
filed.
No, can this solution be there that all whatever is being sent to the police station, that is converted into FIR, number is given, and then police investigate. If it is a useless one, just
Yes.
Yes, sir, it can be done.
throw it in the dustbin.
It can be done, sir. It can
that can be done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Current affairs. I think you are very fond of current affairs.
Yes, sir.
This is your hobby.
Sir.
Tell me, this blockchain technology, you know,
Yes, sir.
do we have some strategy, national strategy for blockchain? Or
So Niti Aayog came up with a plan to ensure that we can use blockchain in various sectors like banking sector and even in public service deliveries. For example, PDS system. We are working
some
on it.
strategy has been already there.
Yes, sir. There is a long-term plan, but no concrete strategy has yet been
And
brought.
for artificial intelligence,
So regarding AI, also we have developed center of excellence at various places, and Niti Aayog is working on it.
which paper you are reading?
Sir, I read the Indian Express
Indian Express.
and Rajasthan.
You know that 40 years back news come there.
Yes, sir.
There is one column 40 years back. What happened?
Yes, sir.
Falkland War was going on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can you
sir.
tell me something about that?
So Falkland is an island territory near South America on, I think it's eastern coast, sir, near Argentina.
Which country?
So near
Argentina.
Argentina. Yes, sir. And so it was disputed between the British and the Argentine government, and there was a war at that time in which the Britain used lethal force against, and it was criticized all across the globe.
So it has come back to Argentina or still with Britain?
Sir, to my knowledge, it is still under British occupation.
Achha, okay. FDI, FII, FPI. What are these three things?
Sir, FDI is foreign direct investment, FII is foreign institutional investment, and FPI is foreign portfolio investment. So FDI is if more than 10% is invested in any company, whether through shares or other methods, then that's FDI according to government definition. Less than that is FPI or FII, depending on how the investment is being made. If it is made through institutional investors, then it's FII. If through retail investors, it's FPI.
So countries benefited by what? By FDI?
Yes, sir. FDI, because in FDI, technology, investment and trade, that increases and it generates employment in the country.
Achha, okay. See this, now universities are having that 4-year program also, undergraduate program.
Yes, sir.
And they are drawing up some, UGC has made some draft and all. There are some allegations that whatever draft they have made and put up on the website, there is a plagiarism in that. Heard of that?
Sir, I am not aware of this issue, sir.
Some that their Democratic Teachers Front, they said you have copied something from University of Michigan, something from Arizona and put it there. Not heard of?
Sir, I have not heard of this, sir.
Okay. Article 370 has been abrogated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was only thing. It was not part of India. Now whole India is one, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, but we have some other articles also where different powers have been given to the governor to make some changes and all.
Yes, sir.
Which is that article?
Sir, Article 371A onwards, special provisions have been made for various states like Nagaland, Gujarat.
But that way 370 also was a special provision. What was the need for abrogating it? Why others have not been done?
Sir, number one, Article 370 provided the differentiation was very stark compared to other regions. The entire state was being run under a separate parallel machinery. That was one reason. Second is it is a frontier state, sensitive state, cross-border terrorism is going on, security is being challenged there.
All those states are also frontier states, having international borders with China, Myanmar, Bangladesh.
Sir. So there the consideration was that the tribal population, they had their separate customs and traditions that need to be respected, and for that they were made these special provisions.
So these special provisions are for which all states?
So these are for Nagaland and Gujarat, Telangana, Maharashtra as well, and few others.
Mizoram, Manipur, Sikkim. I think any state you name, these are there for 10 states.
Sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, what is happening latest in corporate sector? Any latest big news? Banking sector, to be very precise.
I think it was in today's newspaper that HDFC banks and HDFC Limited are being merged, which could pave way for further consolidation of the public sector banks and private banks.
Okay, fine. There has been election recently in Hungary and one more country, and Russian Prime Minister's ally, Putin's allies, they have won. What does this reflect about EU?
Ma'am, European Union is an economic union, and they're trying to further.
You know about the election in Hungary and Siberia?
No, ma'am, I've not read about it, but
Okay.
in general, ma'am, what is happening is that EU is an economic union primarily, and further democratic forces within a country, they are not under EU's control anyway. So, in whatever way the people of a country are voting, I think the EU doesn't concern with it much.
But what is the trend right now? I mean, how do you look at it? Let's not talk about EU, that the allies of, and even though this Ukraine and Russia thing is a global factor, everybody knows what is happening and what is Russia doing. In spite of all that, the allies of Putin are winning. So what does this show about the general view of whatever is happening in Europe?
Ma'am, what is happening is that countries are divided between the narrative of Russia and Western narrative.
Yeah.
Because even Russian side is that Russia wanted to invest in Europe. Russia was building ties with Europe. They built those Nord Stream pipelines. This shows that they wanted to have a long-term relationship with Europe and Western countries. But NATO came knocking on Russia's doorsteps when they were trying to bring Ukraine under the EU and NATO. This shows that even Russia had some grievances.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And about the countries, what does this show that, I mean, is there any difference in the thought process of different countries in Europe, which is
Yes,
reflecting from this election?
Yes, ma'am. It clearly indicates that people have different opinions in different countries.
Uniform Civil Code, what is your opinion on that? Possible to implement it in a country like India? If yes, why? If no, why?
Ma'am, we are a secular country, and if common laws are implemented in personal space, if we have common laws, then it is desirable in the long run, because then we can make sure that we have standardized laws, various practices which affect human rights, we can eliminate these, and gender justice can be ensured better. However, it should be done in a manner which does not flare up the fears of minority communities, that their culture is being drowned up by the majority community. So we can do this in two ways. One is by bringing in a UCC, which is more controversial, and second is we can the personal laws of different communities, they can separately be amended in line with our constitutional values. That way there will be lesser resistance, but the outcome will be the same in a sense.
Okay. Seva portal, have you heard about it? SEVA.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to
Something
recall.
to do with technology only. Okay. What is the difference between a Bluetooth and a Wi-Fi? To a layman, if you have to explain.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, they use radio frequencies. That is common between them. But Bluetooth is, the technology is different. Wi-Fi works on, ma'am, just a second.
Yeah, take your time.
Ma'am, Bluetooth is a secure connection between two devices. In this, frequency hopping is used. For instance, ma'am, two devices are to be connected. There is a pre-decided code according to which across the spectrum, the frequency will be changed. So it makes it immune to tapping, because we do not know in what channel data is being transmitted, and it works for around 10 to 15 meters. It is very short distance, Bluetooth. Ma'am, Wi-Fi, it actually establishes connection with multiple devices at one time, and the data is sent to all the devices with a coding which ensures that the device to which it is meant to be opened, that device can only access it. Hence this fundamental difference is there. One is one-to-one and one is one-to-multiple.
And what is this NFC technology?
Ma'am, near field communication is again a close range communication technology in which Bluetooth is used to send data at high speed between two devices.
Is there any connect of this technology with Google?
Ma'am, Google was working on a payment method using NFC.
So is it using it?
Yes,
It
ma'am,
is
many
using
devices
it.
are using it, Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, etc.
Okay. Okay, you've taken one of your subjects as anthropology.
Yes,
So what do you think can be the impact of excess use of mobile phones in the physical aspects of a human being in the times to come?
Yes, ma'am.
How can the physical features be evolved by this excessive use of mobile phones?
Mobile phones. Ma'am, first of all, our eyesight it is being affected. Although it, I don't.
So how will this evolve? So
Yes, ma'am.
it's affected, but how will it change in the time to come?
Ma'am, it may not have any long-term impact. Ma'am, our posture, it may get affected because we are
Will
constantly.
there be a change in the physical aspect of the human being, physical, build or something,
Ma'am,
or posture?
Ma'am, evolution shows that it doesn't happen over a few generations.
But
But
I'm talking about in generations to come, long-term impact.
yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to understand what changes it could bring in the physical anatomy of human beings. But behavioral changes certainly will be there, because they are more quicker to come, and in a few generations they can occur. So we can be more certain about these.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So, man is regarded as a social animal.
Yes.
Why?
Sir, because humans, we have our biological aspects, but more than that, what we have been able to achieve in our surroundings, in our environment, that is because of our society. We are not the strongest animal in the animal kingdom, but we are ruling it because we as a society, a single man cannot defeat a single gorilla, but 100 men can easily overpower 1,000 gorillas. We have been doing that in our world. And further,
Yes.
and so further, sir, whatever knowledge we gather as a generation, we pass it on to the next generation because we are a society. Hence, man is a social animal.
Any other animals also display this social bonding, social cohesion?
Yes, sir. Sir, most animals in the animal kingdom, they do, but not on a scale at which humans can do.
Okay. Have you heard about the recombinant virus?
Sir.
What do we know so far?
Sir, recombinant virus is when a virus, genome of a virus can be changed to make sure it exhibits our desired features which we want it to express. There were allegations that in China some lab has been done.
No, recombinant virus of COVID-19.
Sir.
Recently it is there in news. It's not what you are speaking of.
Yes, sir.
That is different. That is lab creation and all.
Yes, sir.
When two different strains combine.
Sir, I didn't read about it, sir. Sorry, sir.
All right. What has been the news on AFSPA?
Sir, AFSPA government has decided to remove AFSPA from some of the districts in northeastern states of Nagaland, Assam and Manipur.
Why? Why government has done so?
Sir, because there was a review a few months back, there were some innocent laborers were killed, there were allegations, and a review was undertaken, after which government decided to remove AFSPA from areas which were not disturbed anymore.
All right. Tell me something about your home district, Hanumangarh.
Sir, Hanumangarh is in the northeastern part of Rajasthan, and sir, it is primarily an agricultural district because of Indira Gandhi Canal, and it is very prosperous. It is one of the richest district in India in per capita income. And sir, its major products are rice, wheat, mustard and cotton. It has some industries as well, because there is gypsum is found, due to which plaster of Paris industries are there. So further, phosphate reserves are found, which is one of the largest in the world. So that is an upcoming industry which can be set up in Hanumangarh. Apart from that, sir, if you talk about culture, it has proximity with Punjab, due to which Punjab and Haryana, due to which Punjabi culture has come up. It has led to its own problems like drug menace, etc. is rising. And it is a frontier district. It shares boundary with Haryana, Rajasthan and Punjab. Hence, crime is also increasing because of its nature, this peculiar position, geographical position.
How does it relate to increase in crime?
Sir, because it's easier for criminals to evade jurisdiction. They can run to another state by doing a crime in one particular state.
Okay. Why have you filled IPS as the first option?
Sir, I believe, sir, that law and order is the first priority for any society to prosper. And when I see around me that people are breaking laws, they are even not even afraid to encounter the law. I want to work in this regards. I want to change the situation. That is why. And currently I am doing training as an RPS officer. And I find that by being in an IPS, I can shoulder the responsibilities in a better manner.
You are an electronics graduate.
Yes.
Electronics and communication.
Communication, yes.
Okay. What is the status of 5G rollout?
So currently some test beds are being set up in Chhattisgarh in India, where we are testing this technology.
Somebody has also filed a PIL that there is significant health,
Yes,
5G will affect health very negatively and all.
Yes, sir. So popular actress Juhi Chawla, she filed a PIL regarding this, but it was scrapped because there are no scientific ground to this. So first of all, 5G technology uses millimeter waves which cannot even penetrate walls. So it cannot penetrate a human skin. And so further, if we talk about energy intensity, then visible light has more energy intensity than the radio waves. So if we are not being harmed by these, then we will not be harmed by millimeter waves as well.
Okay, last question. Did the PLI scheme on electronic manufacturing succeed?
Yes, sir. So recent data has shown that Indian exports of smartphones has increased manyfold. I think 4 times in the past 4 years. This shows that the PLI scheme has been giving positive results.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now at present you are in police service.
Yes.
So you must have some knowledge about the IPC, CRPC and other things.
So I'm under training, so I'm not.
Even on training, still somebody has got some knowledge. You must be dealing with it. Like, I'm just asking a very common thing.
Sir.
They tell law is common sense.
Yes, sir.
Use your common sense and tell me something which is a crime while doing,
Sir.
but when the crime is over, it's not a crime. Law is common sense. I am asking you,
Sir.
while doing it, say it's a crime.
Sir.
While it's over, it's not a crime. Tell me, what's that?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
This is 309,
Sir.
section 309 of IPC, that is suicide.
Sir.
While you are committing, if you are caught,
Sir.
it is attempt to suicide.
Yes, sir.
When that thing is over, you are already dead. There cannot be no criminal case against you.
After that, there is no punishment. You can't be punished.
You can't
A
be
dead
punished.
person cannot be with a criminal life.
Sir.
Last I will ask you, what is your hobby, by the way?
Uh,
Hobby, extracurricular activity, any interest other than the textual knowledge?
Sir, I like to watch movies, sir.
Hindi or English?
Sir, in Hollywood movies, sir. Mostly Hollywood movies, sir.
Horror movies?
Sir, Hollywood, English
Acha,
movies.
Hollywood movies.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Tell some good movies of Gregory Peck.
Gregory Pink.
Who resembles Devanand in our Bollywood?
Sorry, sir, I have not heard of
Okay.
him, sir.
Who was the lead hero in McKenna's Gold? You don't know. Godfather you must be knowing.
Yes, sir.
Who is he?
Sir, Al Pacino.
Marlon Brando.
Yes, in the first part he was. Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay. Now I think your interview is over. What was your experience in the interview board? This is your 8th attempt.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, please tell me.
The interview is over.
Interview is over, but it is a mock interview. So we will ask your view about the board. We will also express where you can improve on other things. Tell, what was your feeling in this?
I believe, sir, you asked some very pertinent and important questions, and they were all relevant to me as well. So, I mean,
I'll give my view about it. Other than this, you have got a good personality.
yes, sir.
But don't move your eyes. Put it on like this. No, so much. We are not like English, American, not too much. It shows your calmness, placid nature,
Sir.
and these things. And your articulation, your expression was good also. And second thing, what you knew, you were expressing it convincingly. That goes well with your personality. You are not appearing ruffled or appearing neither arrogant or these things come. But one thing is there, in certain things, you have to raise your knowledge base, your benchmark.
Sir.
Because now suppose you tell you are in police, first preference is police service, you should give a very valid ground. You gave valid ground, why should you give with the police?
Sir.
I think your personality will go with my personal opinion with IPS better than an IAS. So this way. Second thing is knowledge about other things. Say for example your background, electronics engineering, your answers were okay. And other things like your Hanumangarh, Rajasthan, why it's famous, what are the things, then other things, anthropology. So you should be thorough about it.
Yes.
When is your interview, by the way?
Sir, 11th April.
Just near.
Yes, sir.
So you don't have much time for that. So what you can do is just make a summary of the things and make probable questions.
Yes.
And if you can go well with preparation, I am 100% sure
Yes, sir.
you will make it.
Thank you, sir.
If your written mark is in a register, if sometimes what happens, even if you do well, if your written mark is not that good, it's in margin, then you get eliminated.
Yes, sir.
If your written mark by your fate is good, and with a little preparation, what I will do these things, specifications, because they can ask you anything, but that is your fate.
Sir.
But generally they confine to your interest, your optional, and these things. So I think my hunch tells you to do well.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Pareekshit, very good performance. Only thing is when you entered, you didn't wish the and forgot.
Sir, I wished maybe my mask.
So-
mask. Yes, I'll be.
Nobody heard it. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Don't
And-
forget it.
And don't be on defensive when one member asks that, so you must be knowing, your police service must be knowing, no, I am under training.
Sir.
There's no need to say that.
Yes, sir.
Even if you are not there, you are supposed to know.
Sir.
But
Doesn't
at least
matter.
listen to the question. Maybe it
listen
is
to the
easy question.
Yes, sir.
So don't be on defensive. Rest is very good. Just keep on updating current affairs and be calm.
Anything you want?
No, at some places I just felt that you spoke very fast.
Of course, yes.
Rest everything was good.
Which you can't improve.
Yeah, so that is only, I think you were talking to one or two members, my colleagues, and you were very fast in replying the answers. So that is what my observation has been.
Train should नहीं जा.
Otherwise, everything else is
Be
good.
calm.
Yes, sir.
आंधी आई या तूफान. Be calm.
Yes, sir.
Even they sometimes what happens is they ask very vexing questions. I was in Rascot, they asked, so what are the tribes in Rascot? Then ask me how many numbers, have you interacted with them? Sometimes they will ask, but you don't have to lose your. They have got a right to be like that.
Yes,
You don't have any right. You have to be in the receiving end and calm, patient. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
All the best.
okay, all
Very
the
well.
best.
All the
I mean,
best.
very good performance.
Yeah.
You'll do well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.